Genesis 45 verse 5 And now do not be grieved or angry with yourselves because you sold me here, for God sent me before you to preserve life. The rulership of the Spirit is the topstone, the capstone, of the structure of the teaching of the Spirit. The record of Joseph's life is a revelation of the rulership of the Spirit, for the rulership of the Spirit is the reigning aspect of a matured saint. Joseph's two dreams, both from God, unveiled to him God's divine view concerning the nature, position, function, and goal of God's people on earth. According to their fallen nature, God's people are evil and unclean, but in God's eternal view, His people are sheaves of wheat full of life and heavenly bodies full of light. The reigning aspect of the mature life never condemns God's people. Rather, it shepherds and appreciates them. Joseph's dreams controlled and directed his behavior. The life manifested in the story of Joseph is the resurrection life, the life of God. Although Joseph was in an exciting situation, he did not display any looseness. This is life. With Joseph we see not only life but also the way of life, which is to keep ourselves under control. Never think that Joseph was not human. He was full of human feelings and sentiments, but he kept himself with all his feelings under the rulership of the Spirit. Therefore, in Joseph we see not only the mature life but a reigning life and the way of this reigning life. We all, especially the young people, need such a life and such a way that is the reigning aspect of a mature person. This life is not easily excited, and it does not reveal its glory. Instead, in the midst of excitement it remains calm, controls itself, and conceals its glory. Joseph was a person who denied himself. I do not know of any other person who was offended to the degree Joseph was, yet who had not the slightest desire for revenge. Joseph forgave his brothers, he comforted them and told them not to be angry with themselves, but to forget what they had done to him. He said that their selling him into slavery was God's doing to preserve life. Joseph did not blame his brothers for what they had done, rather, he regarded them as God's helpers. They had helped God to get him to Egypt. How sweet is the record of Joseph's life! Because Joseph was fully under God's guidance, there was no need for him to regret anything he did. Joseph is a living illustration of what is revealed in the New Testament. He was a self-denying person who had no self-interest, self-enjoyment, self-feeling, self-ambition, or self-goal. Everything was for God and for God's people. Joseph's self-denial, his restriction under God's sovereign hand, was the key to the practice of the kingdom life. Thank God for Joseph's self-denying life. Through such a life God's purpose was fulfilled, and the kingdom was brought in, realized, and practiced. Through this fulfillment, the children of Israel shared in the enjoyment of the kingdom. Praise the Lord!